Tonight on The Pulse, many Penn athletes were on track to become national champions. But who accomplished that feat?
He played football for Penn for 4 years. Now, one defensive lineman hopes to continue his career in the NFL. We'll give you who, when, and a new where next on OSP. Welcome to Oskaloosa Sports Pulse. I'm Jason Madison.
And I'm Jason Van Zetten.
2 weeks ago at the NAIA Central Qualifier in Des Moines, Penn sophomore wrestler Eric Berge suffered his first loss of the year and fell from his #1 spot all the way down to 8th.
All this happened just 1 week before the 149-pounder would return to the capital city for the national tournament. So would Berge overcome the disappointment of his first loss? Well, it seems the answer was yes. It was the first pin over #2 Mike Vassar of Great Falls, Montana. Berge then concluded the quarterfinals with a 6-4 decision over #7 Nick Hogan of Baker, Kansas. The following day, Berge continued to make moves up to the championship match, knocking off #10 Anthony Lawrence of Cumberland, Kentucky 13-6 to move on to the semifinals. There, he faced #1 TJ Moen of Grandview, and Berge bested him 4-1 to move on to the last match on Saturday.
In the finals, the Penn sophomore took on the #4 seed Jimmy Eggemeyer of Southern Oregon to possibly become WPU's 4th national champion in school history. We go to the video to see if Berge was able to bring home gold. We pick it up in the first period, Berge in the blue, and with 1.5 minutes remaining, Eggemeyer goes for the high crotch shot, but is blocked. And that's when Berge seized the moment and went for the inside trip, and Eggemeyer didn't see it coming, 2-0. A minute later, and the Raider is able to make it 2-1 when he escapes with a set out to round out the period. We jump to the third and final period. Berge still up 3-1 when Eggemeyer took bottom to start. Then he went for the switch, didn't get it, but he was able to inch the match closer with the escape point 3-2. Yet the Statesman put the match out of reach when he frustrated the Raider with a wrist tie that took him out of his stance. Berge then caught him off guard with the ankle pick to earn 2 more points and go up 5-2. Eggemeyer would eventually get the escape to make it 5-3, but it was little too late. The sophomore concluded the 2011-2012 season with a record of 19-1. Berge joins Lynn Cron, Gary Wood, and Joe Ivano on the list of WPU national champions. He is the 10th multiple All-American at WPU. Berge added these comments after stepping down from the podium. I try to remember how I felt at last year's finals and how my goal was to actually wrestle for a title on Saturday night and not just watch from the stands. I worked hard this year, and fortunately, I was able to make this happen. A lot of the headlines going Berge's way. Penn had another wrestler making waves in the tourney. Freshman Kerry Cloud joined Berge on the 149-pound award stand, earning 8th place. Cloud, who was 4-3 at the national championship, was 16-11 during the regular season. This is the first time since '08 that Penn had 2 All-Americans. In '08, Penn had 3 make the big time. Rolling up the mats for the year, we turn to William Penn men's basketball, which extended its season for at least one more game heading into this week's national tournament in Point Lookout, Missouri. William Penn has been paired up against the #3 overall seed, Davenport, Michigan. Davenport enters with a 29-4 record, having won the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference regular season and the tournament title. The Statesmen took it to the wire with the #3 ranked team in the NAIA, but were outgained in the second half, falling 85-81. In a contest some thought would be a blowout over Penn, the young men dug deep, led by departing senior Alan Douglas and his 36 points. His final basket of the game and his collegiate career landed him in the 1,000 points club after just 2 seasons in the Navy and Gold.
The high school state basketball tournament concluded, and Mahaska County has a new champ. After rallying from an 8-point deficit in the semifinal round against West Sioux, the North Mahaska girls basketball team went for perfection last Friday night as they took on Bedford in Class 1A state championship, and they found perfection. In the first state championship for the North Mahaska girls, Hannah Ferguson led the way for the Warhawks with their 16 points on 4 of 5 shooting from beyond the arc. Mallory Boyle yet had another all-around night, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals, while Abby Agon had a trifecta of key triples for her 9 points. The Warhawks finished the season in an unblemished 28-0 and ranked #1 in Class 1A. For their efforts for the state tournament, the Warhawks placed 2 girls in the Class A all-tournament team. Hannah Ferguson averaged just under 10 points per game in the state tournament and included 6 3-pointers. Mallory Boyle averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals for the week. We stay in Des Moines and move up to Class 2A, where Pella Christian Eagles were hoping to grab some state championship gold, while also avenging a regular season loss to the Wolfpack of Western Christian. The Wolfpack, however, would have none of it, as they jumped out of the gate to a 23-8 lead and never trailed en route to a 67-57 win for its first ever girls basketball state championship. When we return, we'll tell you how Penn indoor track and field teams fared at this year's national championship.
The doctor is in and no appointments are needed. Come to Dr. Salami's today and let the doc heal your hunger. Come to Dr. Salami's for friendly staff, casual atmosphere, and good friends. When you get here, you'll be treated to affordable prices, hearty portions, and good food. So come on down to Dr. Salami's today, your place for good friends, good food, good times.
Bates Funeral Chapel, where community is more than just a location. Where compassion is more than just a feeling. Where history is more than just a time. Bates Funeral Chapel, where service is more than just a word.
Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
The biggest stars, the classic hits, KIIC.
You know what makes spring so much fun in Iowa? The colors! Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa has them all in everything that's new for spring. So look over our fun and unique decorations, accents, and flowers. We have everything you need to get your home and your life in a joyful springtime mood. Shop Mahaska Drug and turn that winter drab into a dazzling array of colors and enjoy the new life all around us. Come visit us this week and take the time to look around. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, it's big, really big.
Welcome back. In Geneva, Ohio, the Lady Statesman 4x400 meter relay team gave its best performance of the year and came up shy of advancing to the next round of the NAIA Indoor Track and Field Championships. Thursday, the relay team of Fachimato Samira, Alexis Sweeney, Sharday Dishman, and Sadie Myers once again broke their own school record. They did in a time of 3 minutes 59.12 seconds, knocking more than 5 seconds off their old record. Their efforts placed them 13th of 17 teams. The mark demolishes the old time of 4 minutes and 4.4 seconds. This season, the Lady Statesmen have improved dramatically, setting new marks in each of the 5 times that they ran the event. Indiana Tech placed the field in a time of 3 minutes and 46.97 seconds.
The following day, Penn still had some life in them, as All-American Gabriel Green, along with sophomore Audrey Harris and freshman Jalen Wilson, were in action. Green opened the Nationals by snapping his old program record of 6.93 seconds in the preliminary round of the 60-meter dash with a time of 6.90 seconds. That helped the junior to qualify for the semifinals, as he was 12th out of 19. He then bettered that time with a finish of 6.88 seconds, but unfortunately he again placed 12th and wasn't able to advance to the finals Saturday. The top time of 6.66 seconds was recorded by Bridges Lawrence of Doane, Nebraska. Green continued his solid outing with a school record 200 time of 21.82 seconds, 5 100ths faster than his old mark. Although it was the best time in William Penn history, it only netted him 15th place out of 22 competitors in the semifinals, so he didn't go to the prelims.
Audrey Harris did not set a new Lady Statesman record, but was able to demolish her own best time in the 60-meter hurdles in a mark of 9.15 seconds, knocking off more than a quarter second off her old personal best. The time was good for 14th out of 22 competitors, allowing her to move on to semifinals. The sophomore then finished in 9.29 seconds to place 15th, but only the top 8 advanced. Lastly, Jalen Wilson with an injured ankle leaped 21 feet 8.75 inches to place 13th out of 16 16th athletes. Trevor Holmes of Shorter was the NAIA's best at 25 feet 4.5 inches. Out onto the lanes, the William Penn men's bowling program has had a tremendous season, and it's not over yet with the postseason beginning at the USBC Intercollegiate Team Sectionals. The Statesman, ranked number 4 on collegebowling.com website, will travel to Fairview Heights for the 20-team tournament that's going to happen this weekend. The Statesman will be paced by 2011 All-American Sean Rangel, who is currently ranked number 6 in the nation. Sectional assignments are based on team ranking points system. The top 4 teams from each of the 4 sectionals advance to the USBC Intercollegiate Team Championships, which are going to be held April 19th through 21st at Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska.
The William Penn women's bowling program will also look to make school history as it competes in the USBC Intercollegiate Team Sectionals as well. The Lady Statesman ranked number 11th in the nation and will also travel to Fairview Heights to take on 20 teams in its tournament. The Lady Statesman will be paced by All-MCC performer senior Brianne Underwood, who is ranked 18th in the nation. The top 4 teams from each of the 4 sectionals advance to the USBC Intercollegiate Team Championships. In addition, the 4 sites will also host the USBC Intercollegiate Singles Sectionals this week. The top 24 men and the top 16 women will advance to the National Singles Championship on April 17th in Lincoln, Nebraska, just before the national team tournament. Later in the show, one WPU former defensive lineman is preparing for his pro day tryout on March 20th, but his venue has changed. We'll tell you where next.
You should see my bank. It can do awesome things. Mom says it's just like the 4 seasons. Always there. Helping communities grow and be a better place to live and work. All because my bank lives here too.
Live Iowa, work Iowa, bank Iowa. Member FDIC.
Whoa. Sure, you can take big bites of the handcrafted quarter pounder with cheese, but soon it's half gone. What have I done, you think? Your bites get smaller as you try to savor what's left with scientific precision. And as that last bittersweet bite of 100% beef and cheese tickles over your taste buds, you think, until next time, dear friend. Until next time.
The simple joy of savoring every bite.
Winter is here and they're making snow at Seven Oaks, Central Iowa's premier ski, snowboard, and snow tube area. We make snow all season long to give you the best conditions possible. Seven Oaks now has 2 triple chairlifts to get you to the top of the hill for plenty of thrills. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring a bus to Seven Oaks.
Seven Oaks, we're your destination for outdoor recreation.
Ski and save every Friday night on the Family 4-Pack. And on Sundays, kids 8 and under ski free with a paying adult. Ski Seven Oaks, an easy drive from Des Moines and Ames.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to academic excellence.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to athletics.
I chose William Penn for its commitment to diversity.
I chose William Penn to become a leader.
Why will you choose William Penn?
Defensive juggernaut Damon Harrison has had March 20th marked on his calendar since the end of the regular season last fall. The former statesman is aiming for the next level and his tryouts are just around the corner.
But where he was going to show off his NFL skills in front of coaches, scouts, and general managers has changed. Instead of here in Oski at the Penn Activity Center, he is headed out to the Iowa State campus. Though Penn may not be able to show off its workout facilities, the move actually may help Harrison's chances in the NFL draft. In Cyclones country, the statesman will be able to face off against first-round potential offensive linemen. In a good showing, this matchup could actually help boost up his stock.
On February 4th, Alex Brown, a columnist for Optimum Scouting, watched Harrison play in the 2012 Player All-Star Classic in Arkansas and had this to say about Harrison. Another high upside prospect. Harrison is a raw, big-bodied nose tackle that has a very good first step, generating a lot of power with his initial punch and is able to create a push up the middle. Needs to be more consistent with his hand placement, as well as firing his hands and his hips simultaneously to create a powerful snap at the point. Flashes ability to roll up underneath opposing linemen and blow up double teams, but struggles to do so from snap to snap due to raw technique. With NFL coaches and teaching Harrison could develop into an excellent starting impact nose tackle that leads his position in sacks.
You know, I agree with Alex Brown on this. When I actually read this the first time through, it was one of the first things that I saw that when I was watching Harrison play, one of the things that jumped out to me was he was a little undisciplined upstairs, and you can kind of see some of that in his practice film where he was flailing a little bit, and when he was trying to get underneath, he wasn't really able to get that done, and at the next level, they'll certainly be able to correct that problem.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that slightly. I see that he does have that natural talent there, and I do think he has some skills that he's picked up before he came to college and while he's been here at Penn. And you can see that explosive power that we saw actually in the B-roll. And I think that's exactly what's going to help him at the next level. And the fact that you're hearing those kind of comments coming from a columnist like Alex Brown, and hopefully those NFL scouts up in Ames, I mean, when they come and visit Ames and see him and the other guys that are possibly going into the NFL, they're really gonna, I think they're gonna be really surprised that a guy of that caliber is coming out of Oskaloosa. That's it for this week's show. Be sure to catch replays of OSP Fridays at 10 p.m., Saturdays at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and 10 p.m., as well as Sundays at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 10 p.m. here on MCG Channel 7. And if you're surfing the web, you can catch us and the rest of the CRI team online at www.critv.org.
And before we move on to next week's show, we're going to talk a little bit this week about Clipper Darryl, or Darryl Bailey, since the LA Clippers have banned him from using their likeness. So here's a couple of clips of Darryl.
I've been a season ticket holder for 9 years. This is my 378th consecutive game. I live, drive, and breathe Clipper Nation.
Clipper Nation, are you ready? Yeah! When I say LA, you say Clippers. LA!
Being a Clipper fan in Los Angeles is hard. The Lakers, they win championships. They got 15 of them. So everybody's going to draw to them first. Over 15 years ago, I got fired from a job. The guy that I worked for told me I'd never amount to anything in life without him. Went home, plopped on the couch, upset. Clipper game was on. The announcers were talking about how horrible it was, how horrible the ownership was. They said they'd never amount to anything. And I said, this is going to be my team. We're going to ride and die together.
I'm feeling the win, baby. They looking strong. Yo, Clipper Darryl. What's up, man? What up, baby?
What I love most about it is the fans. You know, cheering with me, you know, respect me, and, you know, just having fun together as one big happy family.
That's Kid Rock, baby.
My dream as a Clipper fan, I would love to see them win a championship. I plan to be the #1 Clipper fan. Live, breathe, and die. Red, white, and blue.
Jay, I don't know where you stand on this issue right now with the dismissal of Darryl, but when I think about super fans and how teams have been able to embrace those individuals, I think about Fireman Ed for the Jets. You think about someone like the Buckeye guy, and then even famous people have gotten onto that bandwagon, like Spike Lee for the Knicks and Jack Nicholson for the LA Lakers, who share the same venue with the Clippers.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think super fans are one of those necessary parts of sports that just add to the team's persona. And when you talk about the Clippers with Griffin and all the dunks that he's had, you see that all day long. It shocks me that they would come out with this kind of PR move that would actually slap him down.
Especially with a team that has struggled, and this guy has been there before and now after they found success.
For Jay Madison, I'm Jason Van Zetten. We'll be back next Friday with a brand new episode of OSP.
Basically, it cost me over $12,000 to put that car together. A 1995 740 BMW. I painted it half red, half blue, with the Clipper logos on the hood, the side of the car, and the trunk. I did the inside the same way, one red side, one blue side. My license plate reads Clipper D now. That's what everybody knows me by. Took about 3 months, because I wanted to be right. I took the car down to the practice facility, and I had the players autograph the hood.
I need to do my Prius like this.
Finger